I remember the exact moment I knew something had to change. I was standing in my kitchen, unable to find my keys, surrounded by piles of mail and a sink full of dishes I didn't have the energy to wash. My home was supposed to be my sanctuary, but it felt like a perfect, chaotic mirror of my own mind. Every single object I owned felt like another item on a never-ending to-do list, and I was drowning in it. My mind and space were feeding off each other's stress, and I realized I couldn't fix one without fixing the other. That's when I found minimalism. Not the sterile, all-white rooms version you see on Instagram, but as a practical tool for survival. These 5 surprisingly simple habits didn't just clear my space. They helped me build a calmer, more intentional life. Habit 1: decluttering for mental clarity. The first step was to get rid of stuff. And I'm not talking about just tidying up. I had to seriously reduce the sheer volume of things in my life. The logic here is simple. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. When your environment is screaming at you with visual noise and disorganization, it drains your brain power and makes it impossible to focus. My mind was in a constant state of reacting to the chaos, leaving me feeling perpetually overwhelmed. How did I start? Slowly, so I wouldn't burn out. One drawer, one shelf, one corner of a room. I didn't try to tackle everything at once, and I adopted one simple but powerful question for every item I picked up. Does this actually add value to my life? Will I use this someday? Or does this thing have a purpose? Another technique that really helped was the 30-day minimalism game. On day 1, get rid of one thing. On day 2, 2 things, and so on. It starts off easy, but by the end of the month, you've removed hundreds of items and built a real habit of letting go. Removing the non-essentials opens space for a more intentional life. As I decluttered, I felt a weight lift. The relief was palpable. Letting go of possessions that no longer served me was emotionally liberating. Habit 2: designing an environment of peace. Once the clutter was gone, the next step was turning my home into a sanctuary. This meant being intentional about what remained and how the space felt. I took inspiration from Zen philosophy, which emphasizes creating calm, uncluttered spaces free of distraction. True serenity comes from how a space feels, not how much it holds. I began to see my home as more than just a place to store things, but as an environment that shapes my state of mind. Every object had to earn its place, to serve a purpose, bring a sense of calm, or add quiet beauty and functionality. When the space around me finally felt clear and balanced, it stopped demanding my attention, and my thoughts began to slow down too. This also applied to my technology. My bedroom became a no-screen zone. I moved the TV out and started charging my phone in the living room overnight. That one change dramatically improved my sleep, which in turn reduced my anxiety during the day. Creating a calm home begins with intention. Each item has its own space and purpose, carrying value and meaning. As the environment aligns with what truly matters to you, your home becomes a source of calm. Habit 3. Simplifying the structure of my day. I realized I was spending more energy deciding what to do than actually doing anything. Every morning felt like standing in front of an open refrigerator, staring at options but unable to choose. The mental weight of constant decision-making was invisible but crushing. I was stuck in what I call micro-planning mode, that exhausting mental loop where you're constantly figuring out what comes next, what to prioritize, when to do what. It drains you before you even begin. The solution was structuring my day into clear blocks. I spend 10 minutes each morning mapping out my day on paper. I identify what needs my sharpest focus and schedule that first. Then I create a separate block for admin tasks like emails, bills, calls, scheduling. I also eliminated recurring decisions by building simple systems. I made a rotation of meals I can prepare without thinking. I set up autopay for bills. I created email templates for messages I send repeatedly. This structure stopped the mental spinning. When I sit down to work, the decision is already made. I just start. My brain isn't constantly calculating what comes next or whether I'm doing the right thing. The cognitive space I freed up changed everything. I could actually rest without my mind racing through tomorrow's chaos. The structure gave me something unexpected: freedom from that relentless background noise of micro-planning that used to follow me everywhere. Habit 4. Mindful consumption of everything. I started noticing how much mental energy I was losing to things I never consciously chose to let in. My phone buzzed constantly with notifications I didn't remember enabling. My inbox overflowed with newsletters I'd signed up for once and forgotten about. My social media feed served up an endless stream of content that left me feeling agitated or empty. Most of us consume passively, letting algorithms and marketers decide what deserves our attention. Attention is a finite resource that deserves active protection. Start by unsubscribing from email lists that serve no clear purpose. Turn off all notifications except calls and messages from actual people. Unfollow accounts that trigger inadequacy or anxiety. Create a daily screen-free hour where the mind can settle without input. For purchases, implement a waiting period. Write down what you want and revisit it in a week. Most items never survive that pause. Beyond digital life, relationships also need this same intentional curation. Protect time for people who genuinely energize you instead of draining you. This curation of your daily life creates unexpected clarity. Days stop feeling like endless reaction mode. What matters becomes obvious because it's been actively chosen, not passively accepted through default settings and social pressure. Habit 5. Cultivating mindfulness and non-attachment. This final habit dives deep. It's about practicing mindfulness and learning to let go of attachment. Much of our anxiety comes from clinging to things, expectations, or how we think things should be. The Zen approach teaches that embracing the present moment without judgment is the key to inner peace. Most anxiety lives in projected futures that haven't happened or past moments we can't change. When I notice my mind spinning scenarios about tomorrow or replaying yesterday's conversation, I look for ways to pull myself back to the present moment, to step away from what I can't control. I also started questioning my attachments to specific outcomes. When something didn't go as planned, I stopped fighting reality and started working with what was actually in front of me. This shift from resistance to acceptance changed how I moved through difficult moments. Letting go of attachment was the next level. Minimalism taught me to separate my self-worth from my possessions, and that mindset began to spill over into other parts of my life. This doesn't mean I stopped caring. It just means I found peace in putting in the effort and then releasing any anxiety about the result. This shift from seeking external validation to focusing on internal values like growth and relationships has been a key to feeling happier and more satisfied with life. Freeing myself from the weight of attachment, both material and emotional, allowed me to find more joy and calm. My journey into minimalism started as a desperate escape from the anxiety controlling my life. I thought I was just clearing out closets and ended up clearing my mind. These 5 habits work together to quiet both external and internal chaos, but they don't require perfection or speed. Pick one that speaks to where you are right now. Maybe it's the physical decluttering that feels most urgent, or maybe it's the digital noise that's drowning you. Habits build through repetition, not force. Small, consistent actions reshape your life more than dramatic overhauls that fade after a week. Each choice to simplify creates space in your life to breathe. Maybe the peace you're looking for is in each small decision you make today.